Hello, welcome to my channel. And this video will cover the last way to define a function inside JavaScript, which is an arrow function. Some people who learned Java before, Java has a lambda and JavaScript has an arrow function, also called fat arrow, okay? Because you will see the arrow is a little bit fat. This way is another way to define function and which is simpler compared with function expression. Okay, the syntax is like this way. We're still using, because the function are values, okay, we still define a variable, okay, which is function name here. Then you hold the arrow function. And this is that fat arrow I'm talking about, which is equal sign and is greater. Equal sign plus greater, okay? And on the left side of the fat arrow, you will see all the arguments. And on the right side, you will see expression. And if you have more than one expression, you need to using brace to quote them, okay? So now let's take a look at the examples. I will show all the examples from the code instead of doing something here, okay? Let's see all of them here. Now let's take a look at our IDE. Probably I don't have an arrow function demo here. I forgot to write. Okay, so let me go inside. Okay, I will revert everything to before. Okay, so now I'm going to do, I don't have arrow function. Function demo. Let's put it here. Okay, let's put it here. Put it in the function demo. So because they are all related to function, right? But I'm going to so here, okay. I'm going to comment the previous two. And now let's take a look at the one. The function sum, previously we are using function declaration to write, right? And we can convert it into function expression too, which is like this way, function, and here we give A and B, and then we will return A plus B, okay? Now, what is arrow function? Arrow function is a simpler version of function expression and function expression and function declaration, and we can let it sum 3. Okay, so I can keep all of them. Otherwise, if I using sum, you guys will see the error, right? Because you cannot sum 2. You will see error. You cannot redeclare. Okay, but for sum it's special. Okay, we were using a different name 3 equals arrow function. Arrow function, the first part before the arrow is the arguments. So whatever the arguments after this function keyword or after this function name, you put on the left side. Let me show you, okay? You put it on the left side, then you give an arrow, okay? Arrow. Then whatever the function body inside no matter it's function declaration or function expression, you copy and put it on the right side. And now you get a arrow function, and we can do exactly the same thing as the other function. Okay, let res3 equals sum 3, and then we give 5 and 6. We should get the result, which is 11, right? res3. Okay, now let's take a look at. No, not here. Wait with me for a second. I have to open in the browser. Okay, and this is my file, and I will inspect to see the develop tool, and you will see 11. Okay, so that is the basic use of arrow function. Arrow function has many syntax. Let me change the way to you. Okay, So here, on my right side, okay, I only have one statement inside the function body. Okay, instead of doing like this way, you can also do like this way. Let sum 4 equals what thing? A and B and A plus B, which is if you only have one statement, right? You can only give this statement here. But the problem is, if you have return, you don't need to add return here. And if you have return, you're gonna have error. You just give A and B. When we just give A and B here, you're gonna execute it and then return it. So now I change this one to be 4, okay? Sum 4. Then 7. 7 will get 12, right? We'll get 12. That's the syntax, which is for the right side. And for the left side, okay? Suppose we have a arrow function. Let function full, okay? And this function full only have one argument, which is text, okay? And on the right side, I will say console.log, okay? I only have one statement, okay? I will do like a say, then I give a text, okay? Like this way, okay? And we only have one text, right? And how to call full? And I say hello, okay? Okay, this is how to call, okay? Full. This is a function and only accept one argument, okay? Because it only has one argument, you don't need to add a parenthesis, okay? You don't need to do. Then we will take a look at in the browser. You will see hi successfully. But if we have another function which don't have any arguments, like this way, okay, function arrow function no arguments. What that means is, suppose you have a function like this, function f, okay, and here you do something, and you can see this function f doesn't have arguments, right? Also for this bar, this arrow function, I don't have any arguments. If you don't have any arguments, you must add a parenthesis here. The only time you can limit you don't need to write the parenthesis is when here you only have one argument, okay? You don't need to have parenthesis. For all other cases, you only need to add a parenthesis, okay? Now let me show you the bar when we call, okay? When we call bar, and then we go here, refresh, you will see arrow function no argument being printed successfully. So that's a variations of arrow function, okay? Now here, this is same. The first one had two arguments, but I only have one statement, so we don't need to have a parenthesis, okay? The second one only has one argument, so don't need to have the parenthesis, okay? This one is a brace, sorry. And the last one is I don't have any arguments, but you still need to have parenthesis here. And if inside the arrow function and in the function body you have multiple statements like this one here, multiple statements, okay, then you have to have a curly brace. If only one statement like this one, return a plus b, return the product of n, and here just execute alert, there's no return, okay, but all of them are one statement, there's no need to have a curly brace, okay? If we're using curly brace, then we need an explicit return, which means suppose I do like this way, okay, without returning result, then when we call sum, you will get what? You will get undefined, because the default value to be returned by a function without a return statement is gonna return undefined, okay? So here we see the difference between we see the definition, how to define a function using arrow function syntax, okay? In last video, we also covered the function expression and function declaration. They do have difference, okay? And the difference between arrow function and the other two functions, like a function expression and a function declaration, is arrow function doesn't have its own this keyword. Okay, and we will cover this part about this keyword in the future lessons. Okay, because this keyword in JavaScript is really complicated. We will cover in the future lessons. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.